All right, everyone, get ready, because today we're going deep, deep, deep
Okay.
into some Java code.
Oh, yeah?
And not just any code, we're going to be exploring OpenClinica,
Oh,
which,
wow.
as some of you may know, is the software underpinning a lot of clinical trials.
Right.
You know, those really big research studies that bring us new treatments.
Yeah, and tucked away in this code is a story of data management. And this story, it's a story where precision,
Oh, yeah.
it makes all the difference between,
Absolutely.
setbacks and breakthroughs.
Life or death.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here to kind of get to the bottom of, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at excerpts from a file, and the file's called DataEntryServlet.java.
Okay.
Now, I know
that.
some of you might be like, Java code, that's a bit much, but
Yeah.
trust me, we're gonna
break it down.
we're gonna filter out all the noise and get right to the good stuff.
That's right.
So before we kind of jump into the weeds of DataEntryServlet.java,
Sure.
maybe you could paint us a picture.
Yeah.
What is OpenClinica, and why should we even care about this code?
So in clinical trials, data is really everything.
Okay.
Like every piece of information, from the patients to dosages to the tiniest little changes.
Right.
It all has to be collected, organized,
Before
analyzed with absolute precision. And OpenClinica is the tool
Okay.
that lets researchers do that.
Gotcha.
All while, navigating all the regulations and rules
Yeah.
that are designed to keep patients safe
Right.
and the research clean.
So it's like this massive project management
Yeah.
tool
Yeah.
for
Or like
every-
life-saving research.
Yeah, to make sure it's all above board and every I's dotted, T's crossed.
Yeah, exactly.
So this DataEntryServlet.java, you mentioned data entry. Is this like the gatekeeper? Is this the first
Yeah.
point of contact?
It is.
Okay, cool.
So imagine this constant flow of information coming from electronic CRFs.
Okay,
These are like digital clipboards,
right.
specifically for trials.
Okay.
This servlet, it's like the receptionist handling each new piece of info.
From these eCRFs.
Yes,
So we've got our digital receptionists handling all of the sensitive patient data.
lots of it.
What's to stop someone from, accidentally deleting something?
Right.
Or two people changing the same record at the same time?
Yeah, you've hit on something really important there, security,
Yeah.
data integrity.
Dude.
This DataEntryServlet.java takes it seriously.
Okay.
Right away, we see something called a CRF locker.
CRF locker, huh? Sounds serious, like a digital vault or something.
It kind of is. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a safeguard against, overwrites, conflicting changes.
Okay.
Like imagine two researchers looking at a patient's meds at the same time.
Right.
Without this locker, one of their changes might overwrite the other ones.
Oh, wow.
And then you've got a big problem.
Yeah, huge problem.
Yeah.
So the locker's like a traffic light,
Yeah.
letting just one person in at a time.
Exactly.
But it's not just about accidents, is it? This code seems really obsessed with validation.
Oh, for sure.
Like every piece of data has to pass a test before it's allowed in.
Data validation is crucial. It's really important. And this DataEntryServlet.java, it takes it very seriously.
Yeah.
We're talking about checking for required fields, right?
Okay.
Data format checks, making sure dates look like dates.
Right, right.
And consistency checks, too.
So like if a patient's birthday is, say, January 1st, 1980, but their age is 30,
Yeah,
the code would flag that.
absolutely.
Wow.
And make sure everything adds up, that the data makes sense.
So it's like a super powered spell checker, but for life-saving data?
Got it.
That's really impressive. But what happens when the code does find a problem? Is there like a digital sticky note system?
Yeah, so that's where these discrepancy notes come in.
Okay.
Think of them like little red flags in the system.
Right.
Highlighting potential issues.
So say the code spots a weird date or a blood pressure reading that seems off. It creates one of these notes.
It does, but it doesn't just stop there.
Oh.
These notes, they actually keep a record of the issue.
Okay.
Who found it, when it was found, and what was done about it.
So it's like a detective's case file,
That's a good way to put it.
keeping track of every clue and everything.
You got it.
Okay, so we've got the data gatekeeper, the security measures, the error flagging system.
Right.
But trials often mean collecting the same info multiple times, right? Like
Incredible.
someone's blood pressure over a week or their medication doses.
Absolutely.
How does this DataEntryServlet.java deal with that kind of repetition?
That's where things get even more interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the code calls these repeating groups,
Okay.
and they add a whole other level of complexity. It's not just about validating one data point at a time anymore.
Right.
It's got to make sure the whole sequence, all of it together,
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
So it's not enough to just see if a single blood pressure reading looks okay.
Right.
The code also needs to like look for patterns
Yeah.
and see if the readings over time line up.
You got it.
Man, this DataEntryServlet.java is like the unsung hero we never knew about.
It's doing a lot of work behind the scenes.
It really is. And speaking of impressive feats, the code also mentions something called dynamic items. What in the world are those?
Dynamic items. Now, this is where things get really cool with these eCRFs.
Okay.
Imagine a traditional paper CRF, right?
Yeah, like a clipboard.
It's static, same questions for everyone no matter what.
Right.
But with dynamic items, the eCRF can actually adapt.
Really?
It changes the questions based on your answers.
So, like, if a patient's in a trial for a new allergy drug, let's say, and they say they're having headaches,
Right.
the eCRF could ask them more about those headaches right then.
Exactly. Like, how bad are they? How often?
Wow.
So it's like the form itself is having a conversation.
Like it's reacting to the information it's given.
Exactly. And that helps researchers get a much better picture of what's going on.
It's like it's reading your mind almost.
In a way, yeah.
And
right.
adjusting based on what you're saying.
It's all thanks to some pretty sophisticated code.
Yeah.
Like what we see in this DataEntryServlet.java.
Right.
This is just, one small piece of a much bigger system.
Sure.
But it really shows you how important software is in clinical trials.
It really does. It's been eye-opening. We always hear about the results, your breakthroughs, the life-saving stuff.
Right.
But we never really think about all this work that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, the data management part.
So make sure it's all legit.
It's a hidden world,
Really is.
A world of precision, validation.
Yeah.
One little mistake could have huge consequences.
Absolutely.
The stakes are high.
Really high.
This code, it just goes to show you how seriously they take it.
They being?
The people running the trials, the software developers.
Yeah.
Everyone involved.
Making sure everything's accurate.
That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
Protecting the people in the trials.
Yeah.
Making sure the data is solid so we get good new treatments.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, this has definitely given me a whole new appreciation.
Yeah. For the unsung heroes, you might say.
Code, the systems.
Ones and zeros, yeah.
All of it.
Making these breakthroughs possible.
It makes you think, though.
What's that?
As this technology gets even better, how else could we use it in healthcare?
Oh, interesting.
Like, could we see systems like this in hospitals,
yeah,
clinics, even in people's homes?
Wow.
It's exciting to think about.
It really is. The possibilities are kind of endless.
Yeah. Who knows what the future holds?
Well, folks, there you have it.
Another deep dive.
That is a wrap on our deep dive into the world of OpenClinica's code.
Hope you learned something.
We hope you enjoyed this little journey into the heart of clinical trials.
Until next time.
Stay curious, everyone.